All right, bro. Welcome back to Speakeasy. This is going to be a good one. I can promise you that.
Yeah, over in our old stomping grounds on the west side of Jacksonville.
The Boys and Girls Club at Ed White High School.
Pretty cool.
Sitting in some barber chairs. It's a really cool program. Preparing kids for a career and upskilling. And they have an actual barber shop here to help with kids that are looking to grow a career in that area. And one person today that needs a haircut
is you.
I'm going to get one. I'm going to get one tomorrow. Our guest already told me I need a haircut before we got started, but it's going to be super fun today. A good friend of mine, somebody who I respect a lot in Jacksonville and what he means for our city, Kevin Carrico. He's city council president, and it's not easy to become city council president, bro. I'm really, really proud of you. And vice president of strategic affairs at
strategic initiative. It just means we make things happen for these kids every day. Make things happen
for the Boys and Girls Club. Kevin, congratulations on everything, bro. And,
Thank you.
And we're glad to have you on Speakeasy.
You know, when you first asked me, I have to admit I was a little starstruck, right? Because I've been watching all the podcasts, right, since you started, and I've been looking at all the guest lists, and I'm like, wow, these are some great people. And then I had a moment of clarity. I said, I know all those people. Yeah, those are my friends. Like, I got their cell phone numbers. Right? Yeah, like, so that just gave me this. Well, I guess it is a big deal to be city council president.
It is. I mean, it's not easy. And what I just had to tell you, T, what I like about Kevin is, the dude didn't come from a bunch of money. He didn't come. I mean, he's a Sans Souci guy that grew up in Jacksonville and has worked his way there. And I just love that because it's kind of the way I felt when I was coming in. Yeah. I didn't have a dad or a mom that opened up the doors for me to walk through. I just wanted to open them all up, and it's pretty cool to see you as city council president, man.
My parents are going to watch, so let's not say I've got great parents, but
no, I mean, I did too. I had a great family that stuck together, but we didn't have much, you know, and so
we didn't open up the door to politics. That's for sure. My dad was an Army guy, and he actually didn't vote. Right. And I asked him one time when there was a presidential election coming, I think I was in middle school. I said, Dad, who are you voting for? He said, son, I don't vote right now. I said, well, why not? So I work for the United States Army. The president is the commander in chief of the military. So if I vote for one guy and another guy wins, then I'm serving the guy that I didn't like. And so in order to just be neutral, I just don't vote.
Perspective.
And now he's out of the military. Of course, he's involved and he votes and shows up. And of course, he follows all the headlines and all the things going on in Jacksonville.
I used to, I would get home from city council and I would say to Rebecca, I say, did you see how well I debated on council tonight? And she would say, you had city council tonight?
Yeah, it's a bubble.
Like she didn't even know I was at city council, but my mom and dad, they watch every single meeting. So I understand what that's all about, bro.
You mentioned your dad was in the Army. You grew up traveling around the globe,
country,
around the globe.
Okay,
yeah,
it was
international. What was that like? Do you remember some of those?
I remember everything about it. I know that being in a military family and supporting, especially for my mom and supporting her husband that had to be, deployed and out and overseas, and we had to move every 2 years basically.
Yeah.
So talk about being the new kid in school. I've been the new kid like 6 times.
Yeah.
I think by the time I graduated high school, I've been to 13 different schools. And I think it builds resiliency. It builds character. Like I'm not going to go to a chamber mixer and not be able to introduce myself because, I just have that in me, that ability to make new friends and just be yourself and be able to fit in. And that's been one of my strengths over the years, is being able to adapt and adjust to any environment, any place, any side of town. Like I can go to a basketball court over here and hang out with some kids and be legit. Well, I can go back downtown and run a meeting and make things happen for the city. So I think the military upbringing probably gives me a lot of that background.
You seem natural at it, bro.
Yeah.
You're not.
Don't want to fake it, man.
Yeah. So we're in the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
And super excited. You got a couple folks that you want to talk about. I know that we had a special guest that was going to come in today. Yari, I think.
We also brought you a special treat. I know this is the Speakeasy, and normally there's other kind of beverages, but we're at a school, we're at a Boys and Girls Club. We got you some chocolate milk.
All right.
And we're going to have our Youth of the Year from this club, from Ed White Boys and Girls Club. Yari, come on out, and we're going to enjoy some milk.
Let's do it, then.
Let's say hi to Yari.
We got chocolate milk, but nobody can figure how to bring it out to us. Here we go.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you.
Here's one for you,
Yari,
too.
how's it going?
Hi, it's going great.
So, do you want to say something about Yari?
Well, sure. So she's at Ed White High School and an Ed White Boys and Girls Club, which is a Boys and Girls Club that meets after school at Ed White. Is very unique. It was the first high school ever to have a dedicated after school program from an outside provider, where it's just like having a Boys and Girls Club in a building that we own, except we were able to renovate this beautiful space here and make it our own. And she is the Youth of the Year for this club,
Awesome.
which is a big deal.
Congrats.
But
Thank you.
even
That
more than
deserves
that,
a cheers.
that's a cheers. Are you going to be the first to open this milk?
I don't know if I remember how to do it. You got to shake it first?
Yeah, you gotta shake it.
Oh, yeah,
up.
it's chocolate. Yeah, you got to get that stuff off the bottom.
Nasty stuff at the bottom.
No.
So this club has produced.
Can you hear Yari okay? Okay.
It has produced the Youth of the Year winner.
Did it.
For Northeast Florida. He did it. He's got it.
Cheers.
All right. To Yari and the Boys and Girls Club. So the Youth of the Year is a program that
Not bad.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I haven't had chocolate milk in a long time.
I think it's been 20 years for me, but I'm good. That was really good.
You're adjusting.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay. So this club has produced 4 of the last 5 local Youth of the Years for Northeast Florida. And we have 59 locations here in 5 counties. And all those Youth of the Years went to participate in the state competition. One of them placed in the top 5, and 2 of them won the state competition against all the Boys and Girls Clubs in the state of Florida. And then both of those gentlemen in their respective years went to a regional competition. My good mentee, Nico, won the regional competition against the other 7 regions in the United States. And then he went on to win the National Youth of the Year competition. Wow. He was in the Oval Office. He threw out a pitch at the World Series. He's been courtside at the All-Star game and has really been the flagship of the Boys and Girls Club as a youth, like external facing for the whole country. For a whole year, as he's Youth of the Year. And we're not putting any pressure on you, but I heard your story, and I'm going to tell you that Yari's got a great shot of being able to share her story and what the Boys Club means, or Boys and Girls Club means to her, and how it's impacted her life. And she was talking to me earlier, telling me some of her vision, and I pictured her adult self. I could literally just look at her and see her adult self accomplishing those goals and dreams that she shared with me. I think it's pretty special.
That's awesome.
And that really means a lot for you to say that, because, you know, it's like, that's all I'm working towards. Yeah. So it's like, for you to be able to see me there, thank you.
Well, what year are you in high school, Yari?
I'm a junior. I'm in the 11th grade.
And do you know what you want to study after you graduate?
I want to be a cardiology physician.
Nice.
And I do want to go to the Johns Hopkins Medical University.
Well, I tell you what, if there's an opportunity for us to let you do an internship at the chamber or come work with us while you're working on your medical degree, we would love to have you.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
I'd love to be there.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
You got to get through this first part, but we're excited to hear your story.
Thank you.
Very, very proud of you. So thank you very much for joining us, Yari.
Of course.
All right.
Anything else you want to add to the people at home?
Just stay positive.
That's about right. Thank you very much.
Well,
what a home run, bro.
Can use that.
I gotta tell you, man.
This world, this day and age, we can use more positivity for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely. Wow. I just happen to have this. I'm so proud of this kid. Nico is now at Florida State University in his 2nd year. Won the National Youth of the Year competition. Denzel Washington was on the stage when they called his name. That's how big this event is and this honor is. And to know that one of our youth right here in Northeast Florida, you know, I've been at this organization for 10 years, celebrating 10 years next month at the Boys and Girls Club. And we've grown it so much and made a difference in so many lives of young people. It's really my why. Yeah. That's what I wake up every day doing, advocating for the kids, raising them money, figuring out partnerships that can help them and advance them to reach their full potential. It's a dream job.
That is awesome, man. I got to tell you, the true is not that bad. I mean, I'm like, I've got some memories coming back.
It's been so long since I've had chocolate milk.
I hope I'm
none of us are lactose intolerant.
If I get up out of the chair real quick,
we'll know why.
You'll know
for sure.
I think maybe get them on the Bev card.
So this whole podcast is about leaders in the community, business leaders, electeds, that you read about them, but you don't know who they are. And so the whole point is to get a chance to hear your story. So tell us what it was like in your house. We talked a little bit about it.
Yeah. Well, that just hits home just the premise of the podcast, because, you know, when you're in the public light, as you know, as a former city council president, people that don't know you, they just see headlines and it's political. It's a political job. You know, I represent a political party. There's 2 parties where you get elected and you lead a body, a governing body or a city. And often people that don't come from your side, they just see you as a monster or somebody who and you hear those things. You try not to let it affect you. But a guy like me who just loves people and is just really like a people person that loves to build relationships, when you hear those things, they adversely affect you a little bit. But to just be able to hang out with you guys, drink chocolate milk and talk about my story, that's pretty cool. Where should we start?
Well, I was going to say, what advice would you give to people who maybe have been misinterpreted, and whether it's their sphere of influence or the public eye sometimes?
Man, I've solved so many community issues just by having real conversations with a real person. Like people will go on social media either during a campaign or just during an issue, and they'll just be a total troll, as you will, you know, on social media, and they'll say awful things, and people will screenshot and send you, hey, do you know this guy? Look at what he's saying. And I've had several occasions where I've met those people in real life and shook their hand and said, hey, I'm Kevin, by the way. I don't know that we've met. Like, is there anything you want to know about me? Can we sit down? Can we have a coffee? Maybe come to my office and learn a little about my agenda and why I'm here. And if they take you up on that, you'll turn those haters into fans in a minute by just knowing that you're a real person. You go through real things. You've come from a past. You have stuff that you've overcome. And this person that you see in the public, that's who I am. I put a suit and tie on every day, and I go out in front of a camera and legislate and lead. But there's so many more layers to the person, and all of us are that way. I try to take the time to get to know my colleagues up there. There's 19 of us. We have some knockout, drag out sometimes on that dais about voting, about things that we prioritize or people don't agree with. But when you can just have real relationships and go hang out and know people for real, like that's important.
I think the collegiality of being friends with your city council colleagues is so critical, especially when you're in the trenches trying to figure something out. It doesn't mean you have to agree with them every time. Right. And I know exactly what you're talking about with the biggest haters in the district. My goal, my first term, was to get them to be on my campaign team for the second term. And it was fun for me to win them over. And most of the time they just didn't know you. They just hear,
that's all it is.
Hear a rumor or whatever. And
well, you're giving me a platform here. Thank you. Yeah. Appreciate it. Yeah. So I grew up in an Army family. We talked about that. Moved every 2 years. Was real resilient in that. Childhood was full of good memories. Very positive. By the time I moved to Jacksonville, I was 16 years old. That was a point in my life where my parents' marriage was kind of dissolving, and things at home were a little uneasy. And I went to Mandarin High, and I think I got a great public education here in Duval County. So I always advocate for Duval County schools and getting a good public education if that's your choice. But yeah, so I started to test the waters and do a little troublemaking as a teenager. You know,
I can't imagine that.
Had some little run-ins with the deans and the principals.
Right.
And, had some suspensions and stuff like that. But I still kept my grades. I kept a good head on my shoulders. I still had positive influences, coaches, and people in my life. So that's another thing that's just so important about mentorship in the Boys and Girls Club. Like, kids are going to be kids because you've probably done some dumb things before. Maybe you too, TJ.
Absolutely.
Maybe two of us done them together.
If we have to say who's done more dumb things between the two of you, I don't know. I don't want to put my resume on the streets right now. But so I mean, the parents split, and I started acting out, and, like a lot of kids do in that time. But I still had a head on my shoulders to get into college. I went to Florida State. So I went to FSU, go Noles, rough season, but a great program and a great experience, man. It's God's country. I love going back there. I was back there a couple weeks ago for Virginia Tech.
I'm pretty excited. The Davis boys will be heading home pretty soon for break.
Stock up the groceries. Yeah, man. Teens are coming home.
I know. I was pretty excited.
Yeah, but at Florida State, I kind of was doing the same thing, though, kind of living both sides of the aisle, if you will, good and bad. I still went out, partied late, and did the things that college kids did, but I still got up and went to school, and I thought I could just lead that life. I thought, you can do that, right? But sooner or later you grow up, you got to choose. And my choice happened for me non-intentionally through what I call the power of the Holy Spirit in the judicial system. I got a real quick wake up and knew that I couldn't continue to live like this and try to, both sides of the fence. But Christ was a big part of that. Yeah. And giving my life to Christ as a college student and having that testimony and going to college campus and just seeing the world in a whole different way, just a renewed self and purpose of service and faith, which I didn't have growing up. So that was really the turning point in my life where I was like, okay, turn it around. And I've been like just going after it ever since. I've just been successful at everything I've ever done. It seems every job I ever got, they questioned how old I was. And can you really do that? This guy's like 28. This is a big program. This is and same with Clara White. I went over there for two reasons. They thought I couldn't do that job. So I became the vice president of the Clara White mission with Jacoby, as we all know well, Jacoby Pittman. That's awesome. And I was 27 or 28 years old, and I was white. Okay. So Clara White Mission is the oldest African-American founded nonprofit in the state of Florida.
What were some of the things that obviously you're doing a good job, but there's clearly a difference being a white guy working in this organization. How did that work? What were the?
Well, I mean, you just be yourself, just like I am now. Yeah. And so Clara White was known for a couple things when I got there. Our feeding program is known. We fed about 300, 400 people every day that came that needed a meal, that are homeless. But then we had a homeless veterans center where we took people off the street and gave them housing. We had a training center that was hospitality and construction. So bringing people in that were either formerly in prison or formerly in the streets, teaching them a skill set, building their character, building their life, building their confidence, and just getting them back on track. And so here I come, the young white kid, fresh out of a country club. I left a country club to get there, and of course there was. You
were working in a country club.
I was working.
Yeah, let's be clear. About that.
No, I didn't have a membership. I was definitely the help at the country club. That was my first career. We could circle back, but being in there and just being genuine and true and talking to people and asking them about what they care about, and then like, oh, by the way, I didn't come here with a silver spoon. Mm-hmm. Like I had to earn my way to go through college and to make a living and to be successful through hard work. And won over a lot of hearts and souls there. There are guys that went through that culinary program that now 10, 12 years later, they're working for the PGA Tour, and I follow them on social media, and they're out traveling, and like they've made a life for themselves. Wow. And that nonprofit, that Clara White mission, was the spark for them. They had to find it from within, just like you or me or kids at the Boys and Girls Club, but giving them the tools and the opportunity, that's been my career. So when I came to Boys and Girls Club, it's just more of the same. It's just the age bracket has gone down, right? We have kids now in 59 locations. I was
going to say about 60 locations. Right?
Yeah, we're all over Northeast Florida. So when I started 10 years ago, Paul Martinez is our CEO, visionary CEO. I was his first hire. He knew me from Clara White. He had worked some consulting stuff at Clara White, helping us get a marketing campaign. And Jacoby might still be mad to this day. He stole me away from the mission as the vice president of Clara White. And I came to Boys and Girls Club. We had 12 locations, about 100, 150 employees, maybe at the most, in a $3 million budget. And we said, all right, what are we going to do? We're going to run this like a business. We're going to put kids first always, and then use our business mind to figure out how we can scale and grow and serve more kids, because we know what we're doing works, but we're not doing enough of it. We had 12 locations. So 10 years later, we're at 59.
That's incredible.
And 5 counties. We were only in 2 counties at the time. And just the memories over the years of all the events and all the people and all the kids that have came through the program who have been successful, and staff members that started as part-time, $12 an hour people that are now, full salaries, and they have kids and families, and, a lot can happen in 10 years. And it's been remarkable. So it's an honor to really host here at the Boys and Girls Club.
Well, this is pretty awesome. And this is a great facility too.
I knew you'd like the West Side part of it.
Yeah. I did.
I didn't know you grew up across the street though.
I was literally across the street, and we would ride our bikes up here to Ed White and mess around and get in trouble during the summer.
I won't call you the West Side's finest. That's reserved for Randy White. That's
Randy
for the
White
chief. He's the West Side's finest.
He will go down in history.
We'll give you a runner-up ribbon.
Yeah, I'll take runner-up.
So you went to Mandarin High School.
That's right. The Mustangs.
You mentioned coaches.
Yeah.
Played some sports there. What was your go-to?
Football, man.
Football.
It's all about football.
So we can relate to that.
Yeah, I know you guys play ball together.
We played ball and high school and college together. But what was your experience like at Mandarin with football? What were some of the things that you learned or that you took away from your time playing there?
Yeah, so Mandarin High School, 2001 is when I graduated, a magnet school, very diverse school. I had just moved from the south side of Indianapolis, from a suburban school. My dad retired from the military, moved us out to Indiana where he was from, and he raised 3 kids that were pretty worldly and had a pretty different worldview than the small town Indiana. So we got there and was like, this might not be right for my kids. So we relocated down to Jacksonville, and Mandarin was great, man. I thrived. But that experience in football is so much in life. Yeah. Like just putting the pads on, going to war, celebrating your successes, knowing how to lose, fighting with your buddies in the trenches, no matter what side of town they come from or what car they drive or if they piled in on the bus. Like we just had a bond of brothers out there on that football field, man. So I had a great time. Great coaches that I still talk to today, teammates that I still talk to today. If I get those calls, I'll pick it up. I had a past teammate call me the other day. He said he was at a church and there was a family in need. Did I know anyone that could get some food over that family? I'm like, right away, man. So I call and he's like, oh, I don't want to bother you. Like, man, we were in the trenches together, bro. Yeah. You're not bothering me, man. I'm helping you. You're trying to help a family. Of course, I'm gonna look out.
It really is the perfect game.
Yeah.
Everything about it is something I love, and it's that the brothers in the trenches. It's the strategic. It's everybody has to do their job. If they don't, the team that does their job, whoever blocks until the whistle blows, that team's going to win. I mean, it's just such a good game.
Yeah.
I love it.
And on the sports side of things, we know that you were very involved in football, but you also did some fine art stuff.
Yeah, I did a little singing in the off season.
I was going to say, if the people that are watching haven't been to an event where you've spoken, if we have been, we know that you sing because that's usually a part of your speech. But the people that aren't, familiar with that, how did you get started with that? How did you figure out that you actually had some talent? Because I've heard you sing on multiple occasions. You're pretty good.
So, I'm an amateur, but I know how to work a room. It's just more, sometimes I get away with the shock factor and just hitting a few big notes. I learned that I could sing. I watched who didn't watch the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air growing up? We're all around the same generation. So that was a scene when Tevin Campbell, who was like a rising young R&B star, sang Happy Birthday to Ashley Banks.
Okay.
And she fainted. And I just remember you can do that? Like I can sing Happy Birthday. And I tried it one time outside of the bowling alley at Mandarin. I sang Happy Birthday to a young lady, and she didn't faint, but I got her phone number, and I realized that there's some social capital to the singing thing. I didn't really realize. So I just listened to all the R&B, 90s R&B and boy band stuff, because that's what people were listening to. Yeah. So I'm like a jukebox of R&B from the 90s and 2000s. Like you get me out in a karaoke bar, game over. I was
going to say, I personally witnessed you at a karaoke bar.
Do we have video evidence of that?
Maybe. No. Brought down the house, and I believe it was some Keith Sweat. I won't go into details about.
Sure, I don't know which one you were at.
And he doesn't know which karaoke bar you're at. It depends. Are you at the first karaoke bar or the second karaoke bar?
So I think we would be doing ourselves and our fans a disservice if we didn't provide an opportunity for you.
I heard that it was Yari's birthday today.
Okay.
Can we get Yari back in for a happy birthday?
See if we can find her.
We'll pull her back in.
If we pull Yari in, you're singing happy birthday.
This would be a first ever on the podcast.
100%. Hopefully she's still here.
All right. So you mentioned you got hit on the head by the Holy Spirit and the judicial system.
Yes.
I've been hit on the head with the Holy Spirit before.
It's a little softer.
Not quite the judicial system.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty important for people of Jacksonville to know that part of your story, because I think it's the color that makes you who you are today.
Yeah, I don't hide it. It's not like I just walk around saying, "Hey,
Well, you're gonna have to hold on to that because Yari's here. Come on,
here we go. This is another first ever for the podcast. Is
it your birthday?
Yeah.
What?
Come on. These guys put me on the spot about my singing, and they said,
he says he can sing. Do you know if he can sing?
I don't think she knows.
We're about to find out because he's going to sing Happy Birthday.
I think he can sing. I don't doubt him. I don't doubt him.
If you're ready, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
All right, it's your birthday.
It's my birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, yeah. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Wow.
Happy birthday.
That was really, really good.
All right.
That was really good.
And kids are always honest. You know that, right?
Yeah.
That was good.
That was pretty good. I got to hand it to him.
This was not rehearsed either.
That was great.
All right.
It's on the spot.
Well, happy birthday. I meant to mention that when you were here earlier.
Man, I wish I would have known that. Happy birthday.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Go, Commander.
There you go.
Bro. Get it. Hey. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the
From happy birthday to jail? Is that where we're going?
We're going happy birthday to jail. Let's talk about it. So you mentioned that in Tallahassee.
In college,
Yeah, you were messing around.
I had a few run-ins, here and there. Normal college kid stuff, right? You've been to Tennessee Street, that college town now, Tennessee Street back then. Kids overindulge, especially before they hit 21, So I overindulged a few times and, got in trouble doing stupid stuff that, impress your friends and see who can drink 21 drinks on 21st birthday type of thing. And so I got arrested a couple of times, and because I didn't take care of my obligations, when you get arrested, you have to go on probation, you have to follow the structure. I got hit with a violation of probation when I was 20 years old and had to do 30 days in the Leon County Jail.
And I bet that was quite the experience.
Yeah. 20 years old and in the middle of college, and I'm supposed to be thinking about finals and my schedule in the summer and what I'm going to do and work. And I had my whole life ripped from under a rug. And 30 days may not sound like a long time, but brother,
I bet
30 days on a cot with some grown men. That's an experience that'll shape you.
Those guys were not violating parole or probation.
Well, I mean, there's a mix, but there was not. I was the only FSU student.
Yeah.
in my dormitory, if you will. But it actually turned out to be a blessing. So when I talk about that Holy Spirit hitting me, it hit me before I had to go to jail for 30 days. Like a subconscious thing. I just felt it. I was going to change. I actually said the salvation prayer, that I want to give my life to Christ, but I didn't have anyone mentoring me and pushing me in the right direction, where to go to church. So I said I was saved, and I went to the bar the next day and told my friends after I ordered another round, hey, by the way, I got saved. And like, what are you talking about? Like, that you're still here with us. Like, what does that even mean? I was like, I don't know, but it just feels right. It's something I needed to do. So then 30 days alone, with the Bible, a lot of prayer time, a lot of reflection time. And, there's cliques and groups when you get into a group setting like that. And there was a group of guys that wanted to explore the Bible and have daily Bible studies. And I became the soloist for the jailhouse choir. So every Sunday when we had church on the basketball court, I sang either Amazing Grace or His Eye on the Sparrow. Those are the only two songs I knew, one from Sister Act 2 and Amazing Grace. I guess you just grow up knowing what Amazing Grace is. So I, every other week, rotated, sang my solo, spent Easter Sunday in Leon County Jail as a college kid. But when I got out, talk about being on fire. You guys are Christians. You know what it means to be on fire when you are just, relentless and pursuing your knowledge of the Lord and living a life through Christ and serving and getting involved. So I got with Christian Heritage Church in Tallahassee, Florida. And I was, in the college and young professional group and joined the homeless mission, if you will. So we had homeless people come on Wednesdays, and I was just serving, volunteering, trying to help. And the pastor one day, he's like, "You going to preach next week?" I'm like, "What are you talking about, man? I've only been here like a Christian for like 9 months." He's like, "Nah, you got it in. You going to preach." I'm like, "Okay, sure." So I make some little notes. I'm going to show up to preach. And the Spirit hit me before I went on, and I don't remember what I talked about, but it wasn't anything I wrote down, which is how I operate today. To this day, we have speech writers at City Hall that always give me notes every time I go to an event. Like, I'm not saying that. Yep. There's something else on my heart that someone either needs to hear or I need to get off my chest. Anyway, so I gave that sermon, and people gave their life to the Lord, and right there in the homeless mission.
That's
right
crazy,
there,
man. Yeah. That is awesome.
It's part of my story, man. I when I got out, I walked all the way home and got my car. I thought I was supposed to get out at midnight. My little brother was going to pick me up, but they were like, "Oh, you're getting out. It's like 2:00. I didn't. Cell phone was obviously dead. 30 days. So I walked home like I think it was like 3 miles back to my apartment, and front door was unlocked, and got my keys. And first thing I wanted to do, I went to the Tallahassee Mall, and I had like $60 in my wallet, and I got this silver cross chain that I've never taken off since then, other than X-rays and MRIs and things like that.
Have you been back to the jail since?
Not inside that jail, but I did prison ministry for a while. Actually, with Clara White, we opened up a center in Baker County Reentry Center. So we were teaching guys that were coming home from prison that have done long terms, teaching them culinary arts, janitorial, and electrical. So I got to set that whole program up, and I was like the executive. I was vice president. Didn't really have to go in there much. And then one day they said the chef has to have surgery. They're going to be out for a week. We don't have anyone. We know you used to work in hospitality. We need you for a week to come be the chef in the prison. I'm like, let's go. So it's
an uneasy feeling.
When you got to lock your phone in the car. Like you have no contact to the outside world. So we cooked the best meals because I was in charge of the budget. So we're going to buy all the good stuff when it's my turn to be the chef. And I just remember just bonding with those guys in there too and telling them my story. Like, bro, you're in prison. You're coming out. I was in jail at the time. I was a vice president of a large nonprofit, doing well, successful. Like you can't erase your past. But you can embrace it, and you can tell people your story so they see you as like a real person. But like if you made mistakes, just like the Lord gives us grace and forgives us, like do the same for other people and lead like that. And I think
I'm all about the redemption
us.
story, bro.
Man.
Yeah.
Do you still cook? Do you enjoy doing that?
That's one of my hobbies.
And so what's your favorite thing?
I wish I had more time to do it.
Yeah.
My favorite thing, man,
cook?
if I'm just cooking for a family or people that I care about, I'm going to spend all day making some soul food, man. I'm going to smother up some pork chops, make some homemade cornbread, get some collard greens going, man. Some black-eyed peas, kind of like Southern holiday. I love cooking like that, but I can cook, man. I cook Italian. I can cook French, man. I throw down. My older brother's a chef. So when I was in Tallahassee, after I got out, it's like A and B. So the B side of the record of Tallahassee. My brother was going through some things, and he had a son that was barely a year old, and his the mother was in the streets doing things that she wasn't supposed to do, that not fit for a mother. So he got full custody of this kid, and I was like, well, why don't you move in with me? So he moved in with me. So we had a roommate. So it was 3 men and a baby, and he went to culinary school at Kaiser. and used our food stamps that he had to practice. So we could go to Walmart and like get the culinary book out. And like, all right, we're learning this week. So we'd cook together and take care of his kid. And it was a great deal. That's my godson now, Dominic, who's at Embry-Riddle, going to be graduating, being a meteorologist. So he didn't come from great cool situations either, but he rose up. The redemption story is powerful in any element.
Mm-hmm. You know, the thing that's kind of woven through all the stories you're telling of success is having somebody in your life that can mentor you or at least pay attention to what you're doing and be there for you.
Yep.
And I know that's important to you. How is that happening here at the Boys and Girls Club? What does that look like?
It's very organic. So we try to hire the best and brightest people we can find to put in front of the young people. So take a look around. We have video game systems, we have pool tables, ping pong tables, we have barbershops, we have all this great stuff for the kids to take part in. But that is the bait. That's how we get them in. And then it's the positive adult connection, the adult that cares about them, that asks them about them, that, you know, when they have to have a hard conversation, we'll have that with them. That's mentorship at a young age. And same thing, you know, like some of my mentors have been on your podcast, right? Darnell Smith is one. And me and him, when he was chief of staff, we had some tough conversations that I never thought I'd have to have with him, because he's like a fluffy teddy bear. He's Darnell. He's Darnell. He's the chief of staff. I was the council vice president. Like we had to have some knockout dragouts, and always ended in respect. Always ended in, all right, we said what we needed to say. Maybe we're going to agree, we're going to disagree, but we're going to move on. We're going to be civil. And every time I see him now, I dap him up and give him a big handshake. And it's just mentorship at all levels, man. It's powerful.
I was going to say, I was at your speech when you came in as vice president, and you talked about your fraternity that you're a part of.
Absolutely.
It's a little unique.
The Brothers of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, A Phi A. Yes, sir.
So talk a little bit about that. What did you have to go through to get accepted into the fraternity?
Well, you know, we're not giving away all the secrets, certainly. But if our viewers aren't familiar with what Alpha Phi Alpha is, it's a member of the Divine Nine, which are the 9 historically black fraternities and sororities that were mostly founded in the early 1900s in the United States. And what's different between traditional fraternities, or just call them white fraternities. Which one were you in?
You're wasn't in.
No, okay. They have graduate chapters, and when you go to a city after college, you can link up with a graduate chapter and continue to do the good work, because it's all founded on mine in particular is leadership, scholarship, and love for all mankind. Those are some of our guiding principles. Leadership, being good leaders in the community, serving, being stewards, mentoring, all those things. That's all part of what the fraternity does. So they have graduate chapters. So people get plugged in for their entire life when you join one of these fraternities. So you don't have to join in college. Most people assume, oh, you're in a fraternity, you must join in college. So I joined a graduate chapter here. It's called Upsilon Lambda. The oldest, 99 years. We celebrate 100 years this year. So it was the first Alpha chapter in the state of Florida. And Alpha was the first of any of the Divine Nine organizations. Wow. So founded in 1906. So I had a lot of friends in the organization and just love what they do in the community, and I love the brotherhood. And when you're in a spot like you're in, there's a lot of fake brothers that come after you. There's a lot of people that want to be your brother and want to be your friend, but they want information, or they want access, or they want things. So I was like, I'm seeking that right now. And some of my friends that were already a member are like, well, just come through, come to an interest meeting. And yes, it was okay. I am the first, by the way, of our chapter. In 100 years. Not the first nationally, but first.
Were there any conversations that were like, bro, you're the first, you know, this is pretty special. I mean, that's what stuck out to me about you being the first white guy.
Yeah, my chapter brothers, they love me. I mean, I went through the same fire and storm and process that everyone went through to go through. So after you get over the other side, then it's like it's a brotherhood from then. Now there are national haters. You know, we put a video out when my line crossed, and I think it got up to 800, almost 900,000 views, and so much love out there. But it's the internet, right? So there's always haters, man. So I won't spoil it, but you can go read the comments. I'll send you the Instagram link. But it was the white guy I heard around the country who joined Alpha Phi Alpha.
Well, congratulations!
I get recognized in airports.
That's something
and places.
To be proud of, bro.
I'm proud of it, man. It's a great legacy.
One thing that you just mentioned about, you know, sometimes people in office mistake the interactions with people that act like their friends as actually being friends. And I think that it can be pretty disappointing for some to go through that phase. What are some of the experiences you have? I know what I've faced in my time in elected office, but talk a little bit more about that. So
I've had my fair share of shots fired at me over the years, as all of us do when we're sitting in office. And there's two takeaways that I guess I would bring. One is the people that were there for you before, they stand tall beside you when you're going through it. Those are the people that call. Those are the people that text like, man, I saw that article. You good? You all right, man? Do you need anything? You want to hang out? And then there's people who you thought might be, might know your work and know who you were in the community, know the things that you do. But then if you dare open up your social media at night and see what people that you considered friends would say about you, that it hurts. It does. You have to be Teflon. You know, I'm not going to lose sleep. I'm not going to go cry like a baby and give up. But it does make you just question your future relationships. You know, looking at the angles. What are people really here for? Because I'm easy to get along with, man. You know, we could have shot this at a bar and had a different kind of experience. I wanted to make sure we came here to highlight the good work that the Boys and Girls Clubs are doing and what I truly care about and passionate about. But I get along easy with people. So like people gravitate to you, and then you find out, they were really for you. It's the process. It's the game. I mean, I realized that early on because I was elected pretty young, and I thought they were all my friends. And you know, you realize real quick that the phone they stop calling when you can't give them a vote. And but once you get older and you get a little bit more seasoned, you realize what the deal is. And so I just don't know if everybody in Jacksonville who's not playing or in the process understand all of that. That's actually the win, that not everyone really cares and follows it. We live in this bubble on the fourth floor, which is City Hall, that we think every move is being, looked at. And it is, but just to a small audience. When I go to Publix, when I go to my community meetings, they're not asking about what they saw on Action News. They're asking about their potholes. They're asking about their neighborhoods. They're asking about, why is this development wanting to come here? You're going to stop that for us, right, Councilman? Like, that's what they care about. And when you serve, and I have the greatest assistant ever, by the way, shout out to Jackie Lee, and you answer those phone calls, and whether it's 30 phone calls and 100 emails a day, she doesn't go home until everyone in the district's heard back from her. So when people are out and they see me and they say, well, I tried to get a hold of your office, I already know, okay, that's a lie, but I'll be nice. I'm like, okay, well, what did we miss? What can we do? And we'll run down that problem and solve it. That's 80%, I would say, of being a council member is serving your district. And that's like 1% of what gets reported in the news, right?
She is an all-star, by the way.
She's the best.
I mean, she is awesome.
I wouldn't have made it here without her.
You mentioned just a little bit ago having a difficult conversation with the mayor's former chief of staff. So we know that, when you have a mayor's office and a city council that are maybe on different sides of the aisle, there can be some contentious conversations. But how important is it for you to find some middle ground for the city of Jacksonville? I think people see the headlines and they see the, us versus them, and they don't realize that you're really trying to make this work out for the betterment of the city of Jacksonville, the citizens. Can you talk about that?
Sure, man. It's 100% Jacksonville first. And me and Donna meet every 2 weeks. I actually met before I came over here. And she says hello. I guess she might have just filmed. I know Tim came on, right? So she wishes you guys well. And we don't agree. We had things that we talked about today that we didn't agree on, and maybe didn't even end with our normal hug, but it's okay. Like, we're not going to go bash each other over that or get our feelings hurt or do something that's going to hurt this town. So there's many things that we agree on. And if you just go to a council meeting, again, 95% of the things we vote on are all 19-0, right? We're closing things that need to be closed so we can bring things in to build them. We're allocating money to JSO and doing stuff we need to do. We all agree on that. But then it's those 1 or 2, 3 items that just tears the room apart, and that's all the media covers. That's all they want to see.
Isn't that interesting?
It's the clickbait culture.
Yeah, they won't say, oh my gosh, they came together on this. How amazing was that? It's always the 1 or 2 or 3 things.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's probably some society too, right? Because we have a choice on what we click on and what we read, and all that is recorded and all that is uploaded into a database, and that's how you get dollars for marketing, things like that. So we have just become polarizing at the top, and unfortunately, a little of that bleeds down into local politics, probably more than when you were serving, but I know it existed back then.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than when we were serving. It's more polarized. When I got to Tallahassee, it was clearly you're in this caucus or in this caucus, and it's full on. But city wasn't like that, and I would just say I've been a part of a lot of the big issues that have come before the city of Jacksonville. on the big issues that really are generational, you guys have come together. And mostly. I think that's a good thing to be able to know, okay, we're going to fight on these different things and we can agree to disagree on that. But on the big ones that are coming to town, we kind of work together, which is, it's pretty cool for me to watch.
Yeah. My backup plan, if we couldn't get a Boys and Girls Club, was to sit at SIP probably, or one of the rooftops downtown and just look at the skyline and talk, some of the potential. Yeah. Those are things that me and Donna agree on every day. And that's something I tell her, hey, this is our secret to our success together this year, is probably going to be downtown development and getting some things pushed downtown to really create that world-class entertainment district, that the hotels, and getting residential and retail and groceries, all the things that we're just on the cusp of having. I want so bad to have this booming downtown. Yeah. I love to travel and go to different cities and always stay downtown and check out their entertainment districts. And we're far behind a lot of places, but our potential is bigger than almost anywhere I've been.
Totally agree.
Obviously, you're passionate about downtown development. Are there some other things that you would highlight that you would want to share with the listeners that you're really excited about or working hard towards?
Yeah, let me just be Captain Obvious and say that youth empowerment and young people and the next generation, I'm always going to go to bat any way I can to make sure that our young people are prepared. And we have a school system where with public-private charter, they have their say in it, right? That's a whole separate branch of government. But we as a city can do more. So when I look at our parks, I look at, we have the largest park system in the United States, but is it the best?
Yeah.
Does every single park have the same amenities? And when I go to, even in my district, if you're bound by the neighborhood you live in, that's the park you go to, right? Most people aren't going to haul in the minivan and go to the other side of town. You're going to go to your neighborhood park. And I have some amazing neighborhood parks, and I have parks that I wouldn't take my daughter to, and that's a problem. So that I talk to the Parks and Rec director all the time. I say, hey, what are we going to do about this one? We got to bring this one up. And all over town, there are parks that, that just aren't up to par with the rest. And we're doing some great things. So passionate about that and making opportunities for young people and kind of bringing the system together. So every park might have a, football club or a baseball club or something, but there isn't like a general website where we can just go on and say, hey, I want to play baseball. Like you got to go through the Google search and go through all this. Like we have parks, we lease them out. Let's find families advantages to make life easier, make our quality of life grow. So I launched the Youth Empowerment Committee. We're earmarked $5 million out of the budget to go out and really aggressively look at things that can help that kind of 16 to 24 space. Kids, those are the kids. There's a term that's slipping my mind that they're either not in school or not working in that age, 16, 24. Yeah. And the number is in the tens of thousands here in Jacksonville. If you're 16 to 24 and you're not going to school and you're not working, you're probably not doing the right thing.
Right, yeah.
And all it takes is the right person or mentor or program to show them that. And unfortunately, we always talk about do we compete with the YMCA or these and other organizations? We don't. We compete with the streets. We compete with the gangs that want to take the kids over. We compete with they offer the same things we do. They offer a sense of security. They offer a job if you want it, a trade. It just probably comes with the ending of either you're going to prison or you're going to die. Yeah. And those are serious things that we have to get to that group of kids and really, really, if we could get them here, guarantee you they'd be better off. But you've got to get them in. You got to have the right people, like you said, the mentor. So that was my biggest initiative as council president. So I entrusted past President Freeman to lead that committee. He's a former educator and coach. So I think he'll do a great job with it. And then the downtown committee. So we relaunched that. There are just some parcels downtown that if we just unlock this one and that one and that one, and they come out of the ground with everything else we got going on, we'll get to a point where people from around the country will be coming to us saying, we don't need your incentives. We're going to do this. We're going to do extra. We'll pay over market for your city land. Let's build more stuff and do good things.
And that's happening. I mean, we've got pilings out of the ground. You got the Four Seasons on its way. More residential coming out of the ground. UF campus. The stadium rebuild. I mean, you've started that momentum, and I agree that the developers chase developers. They don't want to be the first ones in, but once it happens, they all will scream to the.
It's downtown. Coming, man, and I know you do good things with that at the chamber.
Exciting. Yeah. So you mentioned your daughter, beautiful young lady.
You're gonna make me smile and blush the rest of the time.
Tell us a little bit about her, and then I know you've had a couple cool things happen to you in the last month and a half.
Yeah, you got to be a part of one of those, right?
Love to hear about it.
Yeah, so I do have a daughter, Monroe May Carrico. She's 6 years old, first grader at a private Christian school here in town. My everything is what I wake up for. I guess I forgot about that part when I said the Boys and Girls Club. Yeah. But I wake up living life, trying to make a better world for her and showing her all the love. that I can. And so I've been divorced for 3 years. So I've had split custody. So I've been a single dad every other week. So people don't know when they see me out. And like I've got at the time 4, 5, 6-year-old daughter at home. So she comes to community meetings with me. She gets on the microphone and welcomes everybody. It's a secret weapon when you're at a contentious rezoning meeting and you bring a cute 5-year-old. No one yells at you as much, and you have to get out to put her to bed, so you don't have to hang around. So sorry, community members, if you've ever seen me with Monroe at a meeting, I used to
pull the Davis kids out from time to time.
So she's doing good, super resilient kid, and is super happy with her new soon-to-be stepmom, because I just got engaged.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so I'm really, really happy about that. Really excited about the next chapter. I call it the second half. You guys are sports guys. You win in the second half. Doesn't matter what you did in the first half. You could blow it, but you win in the second half. So I feel like I found someone who I can go through the second half of my life, 40 something, and really win together. So hi, Daisy. I know you're gonna watch.
I got to tell you, I had a chance to meet her and hang out a little bit, and sometimes like when you were in with the group we had and on our economic development mission, you knew everybody there.
Yeah.
And she comes in not knowing everybody. And I got to tell you, she worked herself right in to every conversation. And I mean, she's incredible.
She is. I'm just going to keep smiling and listening to this. I haven't heard the feedback yet.
You knocked the ball out of the park.
I think I did. So we're extremely happy. And of course, now we have to plan a wedding and we keep changing the date. Is it going to be there? Can we just go to Vegas tomorrow? Like, what are we going to do?
Go to Vegas, man. What are you talking about?
There's one vote for that. I think my mom votes for something else. But, I guess it's up to me and Daisy, right?
Yeah.
We'll figure out the right path. And so we just met with the priest the other day doing all the premarital stuff. So it's exciting times.
Congrats,
Get to plan a wedding while I'm the president.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
So we might swear in the next president and we'll be out of town the next day. So that's a soft landing, possibly June 28th.
Wow. That's super cool.
Heard it here first.
Yeah. So everybody that we bring in, we ask a couple questions. One of them, we usually the person that comes in to be our guest has a really cool job, like you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's pretty cool.
But it's not always been like that. Like I got a really cool job now, but I had some really sucky jobs back when I was in college and high school. What was the worst job that you had, or the hardest job that you've ever had?
Oh, let's see. When I was a teenager, 14 years old, I worked at the Indianapolis Zoo, working for the catering company. And when I showed up the first day, I was like, what's my job? They're like, you need to make sure the bees stay out of the lemonade. So just fan the bees away, kill the bees, dump the lemonade when the bees die in it, put more lemonade in it. I was the beekeeper of the lemonade for the buffet at the zoo. That was a pretty crummy job.
Yeah.
Paid about $8 an hour.
Yep.
I worked the layaway counter at TJ Maxx too in high school.
Layaway.
The layaway
You don't see that much anymore.
Yeah, that was a thing back in the day.
If I told the Davis boys that you worked the layaway counter, they'd be like, the what away? Nobody knows what a layaway is.
That's when you buy something, but you don't really buy it. You don't get to take it home. It just stays on a shelf, and then you put some payments on it. Hopefully by Christmas, you get it all out. Spoiler alert, I had to put most of the stuff back on the shelf, but
that's crazy.
We gave the refunds.
That's pretty awesome. And then we always ask a guest to bring on a picture. I showed us Nico, but I brought a picture on my phone. There's another one that I've heard about that I'm kind of interested in.
I would love to show you this. Just got to pull it up on the old phone here. This is Kevin Carrico at Mandarin High School for senior football picture days.
Bro. Every picture we took in a football uniform was exactly the look on your face. Like, I'm going to kick somebody's ass right now.
Yeah, you didn't want to see 5'5" pulling around the edge, man.
Look at you got the neck roll.
That looks exactly like my senior picture, except I had 56. You're 55. I was 56, but similar. Neck roll. We had the jersey that wasn't quite tight on the arms.
You had to pull it up. You had to tighten it up if you needed to.
And you had the old Newman gloves on. I remember the old. I knew I was big time if I had a pair of Newmans on.
Game day gloves, man.
I told TJ when we were looking at that picture earlier today, I said, now Carrico looks like the dude that when he tackled you and there was a pile, he poked you in the eye when nobody else was looking.
A few cheap shots here and there. So we had something called the bricks at Mandarin. So in the locker room, you have the cinder block.
Right, yeah.
Right. So if you when we're reviewing film on Monday, if you made a hit on someone that either just totally knocked them out, knocked them on the ground, popped the helmet off, we call it a decleater, or the film room went, oh, you got a brick. So they wrote your name on the wall, the date of the game, and who you played. I got a couple of those bricks still on the wall at Mandarin High School. Yeah, we took some heads off.
That's back when you could hit somebody without.
Yeah, I can't do it anymore.
Remember?
Yeah, it's a different game.
Some of the like watching the Jags play recently, sacks that are normal sacks that you almost lay the quarterback down softly and they're calling a personal foul. And you're just like, I don't even understand how to play that game. I mean, back in the day, we all were concussed at some point.
No, sticking your head down, leading with the helmet.
Yeah, that's crazy. But man, that picture brings it full circle for me.
That might explain a lot.
Really glad
about the concussions I've had,
with all the concussions though.
I love that game. I'm sad to not be able to play it anymore.
I mean, if you ever want to do a little backyard,
nope. I'm too old, bro. No, I'm too old.
That's what Thanksgiving's made for. You take the nephews out in the backyard.
That's how people blow Achilles tendons.
Not me.
That's why St. Vincent's is always open.
Yeah.
Yes, I can freely admit I am too old to put a pair of pads on. So, but bro, it's been an awesome. I wanted to finish up, and I know TJ can ask a question or two, but you clearly have a love for Jacksonville, and like us, I mean, we serve it every day. What is your favorite thing about our city?
My favorite thing about Jacksonville, Florida. Oh man, I love them Jags, man. I do love having the games on Sundays. Yeah, I like our culinary scene. It's kind of sneaky, low key. We got some great restaurants to go to, but it always comes down to the people, man. We just have like people that I see that I went to high school with, or I worked with, all these other places, or served Clara White. I run into these people so many times. It just gives me the joy just seeing people that love the city the way I do, and have memories. Being somewhere, for the majority of your life, it means something. Means something. So to have roots here and raise my daughter here and see the things that we're going to bring here, more tourism, more people coming. Pretty cool. I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wonder if you would like to say something to the audience, somebody that's maybe going through a tough time. Maybe they did just get out of incarceration, something you've been through, or just a challenging time. They've been through a divorce recently, dealing with something that they didn't anticipate or didn't expect, especially going in the holiday season. Yeah. Is there something you would want to share?
Ministry time? Absolutely. I would tell any person listening that is going through any trouble, keep your confidence in yourself. Look in the mirror and know the person that you are, and talk to that person if you need to give yourself a pep talk, and then lean on your circle, the right circle, have that circle. Don't be afraid, especially guys. Don't be afraid to say, I messed up, or I'm hurting, or I made a mistake. Like, the family will talk it through it. And you need a camp. You need soldiers. You need people who are in your corner that'll stand tall for you, and lean on those people, believe in yourself, and whatever faith that you have, keep that first. Because that'll take you many, many places, leaning on something that you can't even physically see, but that confidence and that faith and that believing will deliver you to the place you want to be.
What number city council president are you?
57.
Okay, 57.
Not the youngest because of you and a guy named Clay, but pretty young for this chair.
57. But you think, in the history of Jacksonville, there's only been 57 people that have sat in that chair. And the reason I like you, man, I like you as a person. I like the fact that you're hungry and nobody handed you anything. Yeah. That you faced adversity and you overcame it and you took it and learned from it, And I think you got a great personality, man. I think you love the city. And just to think about, bro, you are one of 57 people that have ever sat in that seat, and that's super cool. And
thanks, man.
We're honored to have you on Speakeasy today.
It goes so fast. You don't even know you're in it, and then you're in it, and then it's chaos, and then you're like, is it over yet? Like, how much time do I got? But it's an honor to serve the city, honor to serve as the leader of this body, and also, of course, the children here and the young people at the Boys and Girls Club. And appreciate you having me on, man. Man. Love you, brother.
Happy day. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thanks for your time today.
I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks, guys.
That was good.
Thanks for tuning in to Speakeasy Jacks. If you enjoyed the conversation, follow us on our social media platforms, share it with a friend, and make sure you like and subscribe so you never miss an episode.